But I did want to start getting through some of the queue of my backlog for analyses. So this is Vilkas. I don't know. I hope you're still alive in the chat, Vilkas. I know it's at it's probably like 2:30 in the morning in Germany right now. Yeah, I am already signed up. So that's actually one of the nice things about it. Me going to SmashCon is that I basically only need to buy a plane ticket because I'm participating in a Project M panel with Junebug, so I'm actually getting free entry into the con itself.
Loyal devotee.
Thanks to follow, Ultanova. Yeah, getting free entry into the con itself, which is a big chunk of the money. It's like 75 if I bought it ahead of time, 90 like for late registration. And Attorney Locator has a free hotel because they're helping stream the event. So yeah. PM is going to be at SmashCon. It is going to be a side event. Capped at 128, but it'll be there. Yeah, Dunebug will be there running things. Yeah, I definitely have been keeping my eye on the deadline, so I wanted to make sure make sure I didn't. That would be really bad if I went through the effort of setting up a Teespring campaign and then didn't actually make registration. But no, I'm registered. Everything's good. Yeah, I just need to actually get there. So, yeah, to get into the analysis, going to be going over Vilkas. So, this isn't actually the start of the set. There is one match played before this, but since it's 3 stock and it is a decently long set, I'm just going to go through these last 4 matches since, or however many. I think it's 4, because I think you do go to game 5, yeah. Yeah, game 1, Vilkas plays against Meth's Captain Falcon. It does pretty good. So, yeah, I think the Mario matches are really ones I can talk about more. So I'm just going to skip ahead to these ones. Shoutouts to the 20 people in chat. Thanks for showing up. I know it's been a while since I've streamed.
Another loyal devotee.
Thank you for the follow, Cody Strewski. Okay. So, let's talk about this matchup a bit. Mario is a little awkward in my opinion. Were you guys actually at the same tournament? Or... there was some other... Okay, well. Getting distracted by the chat. Feel free to just play Red Ray. I like Red Ray. Red Ray is like the original, the Neo Ray. Probably way before your guys' time, but... I guess chat could be a little bit easier to read. Maybe I should... I think I should toy with the font. I could do that some other time. I'll do that, like, downtime. But, so yeah, hopefully anyone who's watching on YouTube or something can read that if they squint at it. But Mario vs. Roy is kind of weird, because Mario is... I suppose I need to get my screen drawer too. There we go. Up and running. One. Yeah, this isn't... No, sorry, this is not me. This is Vilkas. Yeah, if it was me, it would be Green Roy. I actually do really like a lot of other Roy colors in Smash 4. Red looks kind of nice. Both the darker color Roys I really like. Honestly, I don't really dislike any of them. They're all really cool. But yeah, this is Vilkas. So Mario vs. Roy is kind of weird because Mario's actually kind of short, which makes Roy's life a little bit difficult. Since one of Roy's best tools is, of course, his neutral air, and if you can hit people with a rising neutral air, then it makes their life really difficult. It makes it really hard for them to get in. So characters like Marth or Rob or Rosalina or any of the big fat characters like DK, rising neutral is really good against them. Basically useless against Mario, and similarly squat characters. Which is, of course, one of my favorite things. I really like short up neutral air in neutral. So it's kind of awkward. It can be kind of difficult hitting him sometimes, especially since he's really good at moving forward and like dash attacking and up smashing and such, and it keeps him at a pretty low profile. So the only thing you can really hit Mario with whenever he's running straight at you is either... yeah, the chat is a little bit annoying. I don't know. There's a way that I can fix that. I could just get rid of it for now, but that would be kind of obnoxious. Yeah, whenever chat's really active, it gets kind of annoying because it covers everything up. But Yeah, I switched over to this style of chat not too long ago. Not sure how to optimize it quite yet. I don't know if I can. Well, see if I can shorten it. Let's see. I don't know. I can. Yeah, I can actually shorten it. I can make it smaller like this, but then people aren't gonna be able to read it. Yeah, I can definitely see. Well, here we go. We can. That's super ugly. I don't really want it over my face. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose I can leave it like this so it's not covering up the video as much. But and go like there. That should be a little bit better. So now we can still kind of read it, and it's still decent. There. That'll do for now. I can tweak it more down the line if it's still a little annoying. Okay. So yeah, if Mario runs straight at you, it's kind of hard to stop him as Roy, since the only two really things you can hit him with is if it's coming down from the top, putting it under cam would be good. Yeah, I'd agree. But yeah, well, I'll have to toy with more layouts in the future. But yeah, Roy has down tilt and Roy has jab, and that's basically the only thing that'll stop a Mario running straight at him. F tilt doesn't really hit in front of Roy fast enough to like intercept. So sometimes it can be hard stopping Mario just barreling straight into Roy. You can do stuff if you have some space. You can short hop and then like fall with neutral air, fall with forward air. But outside of that, it can be kind of challenging. Let's get this a little bit quieter. You can run back and tilt. That's true. Yeah, if you have time to jump and fall with an arrow, you can also, if you have time for it, you can also run back and tilt, which is pretty good. Roy F tilt's a pretty good move. Doesn't have great range, but it comes out fast. Hits hard. Yada yada. Which is the one thing Vilkas does a lot. He does land a lot of good pivot F tilts. Cool. And this is actually something, to get right into it, that I do like about Vilkas's play, is the falling aerials. Utilizes these really well. Good spacing here, actually. Spacing outside of the shield grab range of Mario, which is the biggest problem for Roy's stuff. If lots of his aerials are, especially neutral air, is safe enough that if you're not actually inside shield grab range, a lot of time you can put on pretty good pressure. I hate this about forward up air.
Welcome to the hamlet.
Thanks for the follow, Nito. Yeah, this is one of the problems about up air, is if it's like directly in front of Roy, then it doesn't really ever sweet spot, just because of the way he swings his sword, which is annoying. Which, I mean, because it actually leaves you in a position, since it tips, if they're not at super high percent, then it can leave, like right there, just for Roy to get hit back on hit, which is not good. Excellent read on the full hop. Let's turn on this. Since we have music going on already, I'll turn this down. The full hop falling down air. This is something I believe I mentioned whenever Rio was playing as well. I really like that use of neutral air. Again, because it's so safe if you're outside of shield grab range. Get strings from Meth. So yeah, this is. I'm sure if you rewatch this yourself, Vilkas, you've come to the same conclusion of what I'm about to say. Is that one of the biggest problems in this set? Let's make this a little quieter. So I'd like a little bit of game sound, but none of the audio. One of the biggest problems in this set is that you get caught by up smash a lot, which, I mean, this is going to happen some. It's Mario. Mario's up smash is godlike. Anyone who's watched Ally play knows this, but playing around it is really, really important. So, in this situation in particular, So in general, this is kind of a not terribly unsafe place to be landing on stage as Roy, just because Roy's so fast and he's got such good aerial mobility that oftentimes he can do this sort of thing where he'll weave in behind people and drop with back air, drop with neutral air. Hey. But yeah, in this sort of situation, you were kind of greedy. Yeah. So I think there are two things I could say. Is that one, as always, the ledge is a safe place. In this situation specifically, you don't necessarily. I wouldn't say always go for the ledge in this situation, just because you are pretty close, pretty deep in stage, and there is the opportunity to get in deep. But if you are going to go in deep like this, you need to be ready to see this up smash, see his positioning for it, and then not land on top of him. Well, there are a couple other things you can do too, but yeah, just beware that he's gonna try to up smash, so you have to try to land where he's not up smashing. Like right here, you could have reacted to the up smash and then just like pulled back and just landed safely. I wouldn't even try to forward air it just because of the chance you could trade and then you die. Because dying at 94% is not very tasty. You can also counter, which is something Vilkas tries later on in the set. Kind of risky, but that is true as well. Yeah, Joe Creek, you're right. Yeah, since the platform was, you could have definitely jumped out over onto the platform, and that would have been a pretty safe thing. But yeah, so that dying at that percent is bad. I feel like especially as Roy, losing the stock first is pretty painful, because Roy's KO options get significantly stronger whenever he has Rage. Probably supposed to be Meth. So I'm going to point this out. In this situation, it's not too big of a deal, the panic air dodge here, but it is something you have to be careful about. Yeah, so in this sort of situation, this is something like I have a problem with myself as well, so it's not just like saying, oh, this is bad, fix it. But, so obviously you don't have your double jump here. Hey, what's up, Alan Prez? Angry Roy is good Roy, yeah. Whenever you're in this sort of situation, so like they've knocked you away, there are lots of times whenever you don't have your double jump. Roy unfortunately really sucks without his double jump. He has a really hard time landing. But oftentimes it's just reflex, just to air dodge, because it's the only thing you have left. You want to dodge an attack, you want to just try to get back to the ground. It's really not a good idea as Roy. One, because it's predictable. Two, because Roy falls so fast, and his air mobility out of air dodge isn't very good. Like in this specific sort of situation, his air mobility isn't very good. So you don't have much of a weave, and a lot of times at this height, you might be able to finish the air dodge completely and land without landing lag. But a lot of times Roy's going to have landing lag just because he falls so fast. So I think this is something that we as Roy's really need to be careful of. We need to not do these sorts of panic air dodges. Like if you were to fall down and then like air dodge on the way down to like try to dodge through an aerial, that would make more sense. But air dodging up this far up whenever he's clearly not going to be comboing just leaves us wide open. So just like not doing anything at all, just falling, just drifting away, throwing out an aerial if he does try to come at us, or air dodging down into the ground, I think is the proper play. Or you can do some from that height. You could probably do some stuff like B reverse neutral B or side B, or if there are platforms to go to, like if you're on Battlefield, honestly, even just like up B up to the platform. But yeah, this is a situation I've noticed myself get in as well, that I need to start pounding that into our head, is that this is a bad place to air dodge. Oops. So, I don't know if he's caught on to it at this point in time, but something that I noticed, Vilkas, is that nearly 100% of the time, anytime you're getting up from the ledge, you do ledge jump. And Roy's ledge jump isn't bad. Roy's ledge jump is actually really good because of like the mobility he has out of it, how fast he lands, and how quick his aerials are. So doing stuff like falling forward airs, back airs, neutral airs is really good and really safe. But you never want to do anything 100% of the time. It's really important to mix up what it is you land with, or what it is you get up with. One of the things that I really like to do with Roy is just let go of the ledge, double jump on, and neutral air. If you delay it a little bit, you can hit with both hits of neutral air. Obviously, very low landing lag, pretty safe. If they actually hit you out of the double jump itself, sometimes things get bad. But why are you letting me click buttons? YouTube is weird. Yeah, even as simple as just like doing ledge stand up sometimes instead. So I don't think he was really going to cover it here. Yeah, like he ran forward to pressure like a ledge get up. But yeah, mixing in ledge stand up, ledge roll, ledge get up attack even sometimes. Even just double jumping on and not doing an attack and just landing and just beelining in towards center stage are all good options in this situation that I would consider adding to your repertoire. Also, waiting. Yes. Waiting is good. Keep in mind, so whenever you let go of the ledge itself, so you're holding on to it, whenever you let go of the ledge, then you lose invulnerability as soon as you let go. But there is still a period where you can wait on the ledge whenever you could normally act and just chill, and you're still invulnerable for a little while longer. So that is something to keep in mind, especially if...
Enjoy your stay.
Thanks to the follow, Eric is a jerk. Especially if you're using like the ledge jump neutral airs a lot, it's important to mix up your timing. So yeah, so you get... And this is sort of the same situation, but you didn't air dodge here. I think the back air was a proper choice. It's just... Well, actually, what I would have said here is don't go to the stage. If you don't have a double jump, if you don't have ways to mix up your landing, it's pretty predictable. As soon as you started drifting in towards stage, there's only one place they're going to be, right here. And so it's pretty easy for him to throw the up smash and just cover all this area. In this situation, it would have been better just to drift to the ledge. Yeah, so like right here. And in a lot of situations, it would be okay to drift in like this, especially because we're Roy, and if we get hit without our double jump out off stage, sometimes we just die. But since you're at so high percent, and since up smash would kill you, I wouldn't try to contest this. I would just try to weave to the ledge, land on the platform, do some sneaky stuff to get through that way. Because this is, one of Mario's best things, his up smash. So those are like the main mistakes you've made so far. Honestly, like Mario's going to do a lot of damage to you. There's not really much you can do to stop that. It's pretty hard to say don't get grabbed against Mario, and even if you don't, he's got up air strings and other stuff. Very nice approach with the run and shield. Excellent way to bait out the spot dodge. This is one of the things that is scary about using full op aerials. And one of the reasons why I personally don't use full op neutral air in this situation whenever people are at the ledge, because if you do it, then you're directly above him, and directly above him after you whipped an attack is not very good. So you're going to take a lot of damage for that. I like either being grounded on your ledge pressure, like poking with jabs and down tilts, which you do, and you do well at some point in the set. But yeah, if you're going to try and cover like the full hop, so it looked like you were trying to cover the ledge hop there, cover up, if you use ledge hopping from the ledge. I would recommend doing a straight rising forward air and then drifting back afterwards. So in case they don't do ledge hop, then you're safer. And he may have still been able to like chase you and like get underneath you, but you would have forward aired, backed off, and then like double jumped and be out and toward like to center stage. Lots of different ways to weave around, lots of more safe real estate to get yourself to, instead of having to drop down in this situation where you're like literally right on top of him. Because yeah, you ate a lot of damage from having to land on top of him, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing. Like I said, Mario does a lot of damage. It's just kind of what he does. But obviously you want to give them as few openings as possible. I looked away for a second. This is an F tilt. Oh no, forward air. Nice. That was a good bait. Oh, that's interesting. Super close to him. Fun. So that's one thing that I have seen a little bit of coming from PM to Smash4 is that PM Mario shoots his fireball out at a much a much steeper arc in the air, whereas Smash4 Mario's fireball kind of like, well, that's kind of like goes down super fast. So if he does do full hop, if he's doing full hop fireballs, us full hopping is a great response. Yeesh. Do you have? Let's see. Let's track the double jump. Nope, you don't have the double jump. No, you did land here, so you did actually have a double jump. You could have double jumped out of this up smash. So again, be careful of panic air dodges. They get us killed. Similarly to how we murder people if they air dodge into us, other characters will do that to Roy as well. It's pretty important to not do that. This is 3 stocks, correct? Yeah. Yeah, this is Vilkas is Germany, so Europe 3 stock. Game 2. So you counterpick him to Battlefield. Take it easy, Blade Uchiha. Is it choppy for you? That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I've had some people say that. I've turned down my bitrate some to try and help with the issue, which seemed like it did help some, but yeah, if it's being like unwatchably choppy for you, Prime Iron, then you could always check out the YouTube VOD. I do upload all of these to YouTube after I'm finished, so yeah, it should be much more stable on that platform. Yeah, since I think eventually if I get enough activity on my Twitch, then they'll get to the point where people can have quality settings, which should help with that sort of thing. But since they don't really give too much to the little man on Twitch channels, I don't have that quite yet. But yeah, so so Vilkas counterpicks to Battlefield here, which I think is actually a fairly poor choice against Mario for 2 reasons. One is that Mario loves these combos for up air combos. You get 3 stock. Oh god, yeah, yeah. I'm sure you may remember it emotionally. The combos he does to you. It's pretty brutal stuff. And even outside of the combos, it's oh yeah, spoilers, 3 stock. It can be pretty hard. So especially for your Roy, since your Roy is very like full hop based, and you're like falling with neutral airs, falling with forward airs and such. These platforms are going to get in your way really a lot. It's just going to be pretty difficult for you to set up your game with the full hop stuff into falling stuff that you've been doing a lot, simply because it's worthless in this area. Because if you full hop, then you're landing on a platform, and then he up airs you for free. And even if you don't fall directly into the first up air, you still have to double jump up onto platforms, and it puts you in a really awful spot. Yeah, and so Mario can chill out in these areas, which I'm pretty sure he does, where he's just like standing over here. Even if he's in this area, he can just dash back and then use this as like sort of a safe haven to get things set up. This isn't as big of a problem in my opinion against characters that Roy's short up neutral air is really good against, the rising neutral air, because if they ever do that, then we can just run in and then rising neutral air at them, but it doesn't work against Mario. You could still do like short hop, falling forward air, short hop, or even better like rising, falling forward air, drifting back. Or like you do a little bit, some of the run in and then auto cancel forward air, double jump back. I think is probably something we'd have to do against characters that are doing that. But yeah, it's a pretty bad place to be in, so I don't think small characters like Mario we shouldn't be counterpicking Battlefield against, especially because these combos hurt a lot. Yeah, so like here's a example where he can just walk away and he can just walk back into the safe zone, and there's not really much you could have done about it besides like hard rush him down or go for something kind of crazy like the forward air or like jump and falling aerial. Probably go to FD, Smash Fill. Yeah, I think I would like those choices against Mario. I like Duck Hunt as well. Dare does work through the platform here. It never doesn't get the spike sweet spot, but it does kind of sometimes get the mid blade sweet spot on some taller characters, especially. Yeah, it works as a counterattack, kind of similar to like Falcon would do his stomp. Hey, thanks for the follow, Cisco Kid. Yeah, Falcon does a similar thing in Melee and Project M, where like if he's ever on top of platforms, he'll stomp down on them and hit a little bit below, which we can kind of do with our down air, which isn't as awful now that It used to be awful because the landing lag a little bit better now, but it's all right. I think I remember seeing it, Saru, but I don't recall the exact situation now. If you want to post it here again, actually, I can show the entire class. If you still have the link on hand. Okay, yeah, I'll continue on until you can find that. Oh wow, that up tilt actually reached really far behind Mario. Hey, Cisco Kid. So right now I'm just doing analysis for some other Roy players. Got done talking about SmashCon earlier. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I'm doing which I guess I haven't advertised on the actual DFW pages yet. I'm doing a Teespring campaign to try and raise a little bit of money to go to SmashCon. So if you want to grab yourself a really sick Roy shirt and support my trip, be good luck. But other than that, doing some Smash4 Roy analysis. So let's check out this this thing. Oh wow, I do remember seeing this. Now that you mention it, yeah, I really love the shirt. This is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Yeah, and we could probably get some some less cheesy things whenever it's even off of just like the lower platform, like down air into like setting up for F tilts or neutral airs or stuff. That's just funny. That's just funny. This is good stuff. Dare does have a surprisingly large amount of range, yeah. Oh, is there another one? Oh yeah, if you do want to check out the shirt, the link to that is actually below on my my Twitter page. So yeah. Nice, the reverse up again. What percent is he at? Because it's kind of okay. You guys can see that. He is at 20%. I guess it's the rage that makes the big difference on the reverse up B. Silly stuff. So I was brought there on accident on ledge grab before, linked in the bear. Interesting. Yeah, I've seen some situations, and I'm pretty sure people have like posted things with it lab that where you can get some guaranteed stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of sweet spot dare though. Rage and wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Back to analysis. Let's talk about. Yeah. So I love YouTube. Why do you go down in space? I'm surprised here that the episode actually did. That's one of the nice things about side B, and very nice spacing on the neutral B actually. So I think the proper response. So this neutral B is really good spacing for covering the roll in, since it's deceptive how far it'll hit behind Roy. It can catch people on the roll. You'd probably be able to hit a whiff get up attack here. It might be able to get straight up with some charge, but the one main downside to this spacing so far from the ledge is that people can just ledge jump, which I think Vilkas actually has a pretty good solution for afterwards, but something to keep in mind. As always, if you want to bait out different things, different spacings on the neutral B is good. Yeah, Flood, fortunately for Roy, basically poses no threat. We should never really die to Flood. This is something that he's kind of got a read on for Vilkas. Whenever you
are in an uncomfortable position whenever this happens a lot too after you whiff attacks a decent amount. Your basic response is to roll away. Roll away, I guess would be easier than since you don't really have whatever. Rolling away, it's generally a safe option. Generally, especially at like the mid-low level, what you want to do whenever you're in a bad spot, just to like disengage yourself from that situation. But he's really caught on to this habit and really starting to punish you for it. At this point in time, I think he does it more later on in the set. But these up smashes are been his breadwinner. Roy away, yeah. Honestly, I think just shielding against Mario specifically would be better because, well, in this situation, just shielding would be better. Because Mario doesn't really have threatening stuff up throws. At this percent, at 120%, he doesn't have any combos at all. He doesn't even really have any traps. If he down throws you or up throws you, Roy can just kind of jump away. He's probably not going to be able to chase you. He could back throw you off stage and maybe try an edge guard, but, I mean, that's... Mario's edge guarding isn't particularly scary for Roy, in my opinion, unless you can set up a back air, which is, you can still air dodge through, you can still cut underneath with up B. I think it's better, especially not all the time, to just sit and shield and see what he's going to do. This is something that Vilkas starts doing that I kind of like. I forget, someone was mentioning this to me not too long ago, may have been Cranium 5 in the Warrior Discord, doing this rising back air. Since back air starts from below, it can actually clip people, which is interesting. Similar to rising forward air, you can drop with aerials afterwards. Seems like it's pretty hard to actually sweet spot the back air, though, which is kind of a problem, because tip back air does not have a particularly large amount of shield stun, or hit stun. So unless they're at like mid-high percents, it's probably not going to be that great. And at mid-high percents, you might want to be fishing for harder hitting moves. Lots of scrambles. Jab bear's the thing. Yeah, that's true. This is another reason why I think that it's really bad whenever Roy gets super far behind, is because you naturally want to start looking for kill moves. And lots of Roy's kill moves are really, really unsafe. Up B, as you can see here, not particularly safe. F smash hits like a truck, but it is not safe at all. Same for up smash. It can anti-air a lot of stuff, but if you miss with it, they just get to blast you with it, whatever they want. So it can be really hard to make the stock come back if you don't actually have rage. This could have been a bigger punish. Up B out of shield for sure. Maybe up smash out of shield. I mean, it's not a terrible mistake, but something something to work on. Up B probably wouldn't have killed him. Not in Battlefield. If he had a little bit more rage, perhaps, but launchables. Whatever, you up smash neutral, or you F smash neutral all the time. And you make it work. You madman. Yeah, another air dodge bait. He's gotten a lot of kills with this so far. It's definitely something you need to look out for. And you had your double jump. You got hit out of the ground. So that's something you should always do. Don't... If you have your double jump and you're at high percent, don't air dodge into the ground. Picked up that smashing intro from me. You probably did. I believe you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying if you use it and you screw up, then, then it's bad. I love F smash. Landing F smash in neutral is probably the most satisfying thing ever. Especially in... F smash in neutral in PM is actually a lot better than it is in Smash 4. It's pretty hard to set up F smashes in neutral in Smash 4. You can do like pivot F smashes, but aside from that, like dashing past somebody or dashing back as they're coming in at you and hitting them with the F smash, it's pretty hard to set up. Whereas in PM, you have pivots. Pivot F smashes are godlike. Wave dash in deep F smashes are godlike. Wave dash backwards F smashes, pretty godlike. No, but yeah, Deckbo, you just you randomly happened to come in while my OC remix was playing a jazz remix of a song. So this isn't a complete jazz playlist. Okay. I mean, I like the idea on F-Tilt. If you hadn't ran in quite as deep, could have worked. This is kind of one of the things I'm talking about and why it's difficult for Roy to stop Mario from just barreling straight at him. Just got up B, but again, no rage, so it doesn't kill him. Yeah, I think at this point in time, he's been playing a little safer. He already got punished once for hit landing, or for trying to go for an F tilt. I think it would be better just to try and go for safe things like jab, down tilt. But I don't know. I mean, if he had timed it right on the get up, it would have killed him. So maybe. I don't know. At this point in time, you're down 1 stock to 3, so things are pretty bad regardless. Yeah, interesting idea, but kind of a wild call out. See, if you look at this here, Jazz does fit very nicely for Fallout. Let's look at all the times he actually got an opening here. Check out this entire stock. Opening 1, you have tilt the shield, he punishes. He gets 20 damage. Okay, you land the up B. Opening 2, you whiff an F tilt, he punishes. And he gets a lot of damage for it. Okay, he hit with the random up B. Okay, that was a pretty good counter on his part. Opening 4, he punishes your up B. So there are 3 out of 4 of those interactions on this stock was him just letting you try to do stuff and punishing afterwards. So, yeah, I mean, it's understandable that you would lose this game just because you were so far behind at this point in time. It's pretty difficult to come back from. It's not a terrible mistake, but knowing when people are trying to bait you out and punishing, and switching to safer things, jab, down tilt, empty hops, other stuff that doesn't get you killed is pretty important. Can you replay the F tilt whiffing his ledge get up? It is pretty hard time. I don't like F tilt for punishing ledge get up. It's really hard to time. I like down tilt and jab better. Yeah, I think he landed Vilkas landed a little bit too late from the. Yeah, because at this point in time, he was landing right as Meth was already getting up. So, he gets shield camped a little bit. I don't think it's hard to hit people without a read, but it is hard to kill people without a read if they're playing safe. So it's really important that Roy understands how to play safe too, which is one of the reasons why my style in general tends to be like a little bit more reserved, is because I'm focusing on that sort of thing. Him against a lot of characters, actually grabbing people at 80% isn't terrible because he gets F throw. If they don't DI down, then he can potentially chase them in the air. If they go off stage where his ledge pressure is actually pretty good, it can be sometimes hard to kill people depending on what options you like to choose. Like jab and down tilt are one of the safest ways to pressure people getting up from the ledge, which don't really kill people. But charge neutral B kills people. F tilt kills people. Up B is actually what I really like, which I guess I should mention as well. Lost that long playing reserved. Whatever, Deckbo. I do play more with you. If you look at some of the other Roy players, I actually play pretty reserved in comparison to them. I like to do things. I like to press buttons and stuff, but I try to make them safe buttons. Yeah, just so as a reference, go watch Rio play, go watch Static Manny play, count the number of smash attacks they use, and then go watch my play and see the difference. It's a different type of aggression. It's not rush down, really. Well, it's calculated pressure. But yeah, in this sort of situation, it'd be too late here, but I actually like to use up B for covering get up in place because it's good coverage because it can armor the attack and kill them. If they jump straight up from the ledge, sometimes it'll catch them and kill them. If they get up from the ledge, it hits every. I don't think it's every other frame. I think it's every 3 frames. So it's not on paper. It seems like it shouldn't be guaranteed to catch people out of the 1 frame vulnerability. But honestly, I've never had it fail whenever I thought it should work. If that makes any sense. Anytime I feel like I've timed the up B correctly, I've never had it re-hit rate is 3. Yeah, I've never had a time where people power shielded it in the middle of my up B hits. So That's something that I think other Roys should also look into more, especially maybe it's more so against tall characters. Maybe not against Mario; he's kind of short. But the taller characters, since Roy's hitboxes, travel up, there's more of them to hit. So it's a little bit easier to time. But yeah, that's yeah. It's Battlefield against Mario. Not a great idea. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can be. It really depends on what you think aggression is. If you think of aggression as like getting in people's faces, regardless of the buttons they press, then I'm fairly aggressive. But I don't play super risky. I play, and as far as risk reward is concerned, I play pretty reserved. So I like this counter pick better. Yeah, the platforms are nice. And sorry, someone texted me. Yeah, up B can catch jumps too as well. Yeah. But yeah, the platforms on Battlefield are really just not good in this matchup. So I feel like this is a much better choice. I don't know. Your calculated aggression is weird. The way, so I like to be aggressive by like pressing safe buttons. You like to be aggressive by like moving into a position where you can force people to make bad decisions. Good strings here. So this is actually him, like kind of like you take advantage of the same thing I was talking about earlier, where you don't want to be like that air dodge was way too high. There was nothing you could have hit him with that he could be air dodging through. Yeah, like here, like it's pretty obvious after that up air that you're going to be falling and then chasing him as he's landing. Your PM Roy is pivot spamming. That is a very accurate description. Big damage. Look at this. So why did you get grabbed? Yeah, I don't think I really like F tilt for edge pressure. It's just so unsafe. Roy has so many other options that are safe, like down tilt, jab, neutral air even. And yeah, and you take so the Roy at the ledge should be a great position for Roy. His ledge pressure is really good. So getting hit by such a big thing is actually a pretty big deal. I think that was a panic. Did you try and double jump here? I wish I had. Yeah, you still have your double jump. So again, this is a you've heard of the seizure combo? Oh no. Yeah, this is another situation where air dodging, bad idea. Because even if you did hit the ground here, you'd still be in landing lag from the air dodge. So he could have done anything. I think it was 5, yeah. That's kind of funny. So you just happen to use the fireball whenever you're using the auto cancel formation, but only flashing lights and horrific fire. I don't know. I like the idea of the counter, but too high. I guess you were expecting an up air instead, but the up smash is just what Mario does. So again, the kind of the panic roll. Yeah, just running in behind, especially because it's such a safe thing for Mario to try because his up smash has so little end lag and such nice pushback. The Marios will do that a lot. They'll just run behind you and charge up smash. The risk on their part is very low. So it's something they're going to try a lot. Nice strings. Very nice chase. Right. I'm kind of surprised you got hit by that. You probably should have air dodged that, but hey, we take those. Delicious roll reads. Yeah, deck is all about those run past opponent and charge up smash reads. And I mean, it's not like you don't understand the situation, Vilkas, because so very clearly you're reading him in the same place where like Well, I guess this might be more of a Roy setup than that sort of situation. But it's the same idea where someone's at frame disadvantage and you're running at them and you know that they want to get away from you, so they're going to roll away. So yeah, you need to look out for these situations more often when on your opponent's side for them looking for you. Oftentimes you can just roll into them instead. If you can like visually confirm that they're barreling in straight at you, just roll behind them instead because it's much harder to cover. Still not, a perfectly safe thing. I'm not saying always roll into them. It's just something that you can be doing instead of always just rolling away. Yeah, that's good times. Reading rolls with PM Roy Takis. Taking a lot of damage off of the whiffed F smash. Tip up air, please. So you'd think tip up air that up air would sweet spot here, but it has no reach in front of Roy at all. Probably should have landed with Nair here instead of empty landing. If you don't know the Nair landing trick, which I think you do, I think I saw you use the Nair landing trick in this set somewhere else, Vilkas, but I know, right? PM Roy up air versus patties. Yeah, tip up air isn't particularly good in this game. It's actually not bad at hypersense. Glad to see they brought that back. It is a little easier to sweet spot, in my opinion. It's just in the front. It has no range, so it's just not where the sweet spot is. Accidental skid animation here. No? Oh, I think that was jump. Yeah, it does kill confirm, which is fun and cool. Tasty. Again, up smash. It's just what Mario does. And again, pointing out, just to show you, Vilkas, whenever you're watching this later, just to point out that you have ledge jumped from the ledge literally 100% of the time. Just something to work on. To get work in different other options, other formations. Yeah, he actually did the same exact setup he did before too, where he dashed in and then dashed back and up smash to cover the double jump in. Another thing, honestly, even if you still want to use, or even while you're using the jump straight from the ledge, you could just, rather than falling directly onto them, you can ledge jump and then double jump and try to get further in stage. Because obviously, this is where we want to be. This is a good place. But yeah, it's a better slip, especially in this situation where he's already shown you this is the formation he likes to do: dash in, dash back, up smash. So if you catch on to that, which you honestly should, after if he shows it to you twice and you're not catching on to it, then bad things are happening, and you need to start paying better attention. Honestly, second time, it's all right. I'm afraid to click that link, Lunchables. But yeah, keep in mind you still have your double jump whenever you do that. Let me verify that this isn't. I'm triggered. Lunchables is sending me things that trigger me. I'm closing this link. I'm burning the ashes. Okay, good. 31. And then, yeah, here, I suppose it's something you understand since you do this here, double jump, and then the little bit of extra weave. Yeah, F smash is so weird. PM Roy F smash might have sweet spotted there, but it's got a little bit better of an arc rather than like the more natural swing animation that the swords tend to do, and that Roy has in Smash 4. But this is good. I like this. Releasing a little late, so it makes it seem like you could be punished. Well, he may have been able to punish here if he fast felt a little bit earlier and then down air. But regardless, it's a good response. And you could always just release the neutral B a little bit earlier to make it so that it's a little bit tighter. for the up smash to beat the air to ground. Personally, I don't like down throw up tilt. But that's a personal thing. I feel like it leaves your opponent in kind of like an awkward spot for Roy. Whereas if you just, it's like frame disadvantage here. Like you see, he's actually down tilting before your up tilt finishes, or like about when it's finishing. What's up, Durn Serial? I like forward throw better instead, because not only do you on occasion get massive neutral air combos. If they against floatier characters especially, you can forward throw, and if they DI anything but away and down, then you get neutral air, and that leads to like 40 damage. Yeah, obviously it can be punished on whiff. I'm sure at some percents it is guaranteed. And there might be some stuff that against specific characters where down throw is better, like against faster falling characters like Fox, you might be able to get some tasty stuff. But forward throw just always is at least okay. Yeah, I'm sure Mario can DI out the near combos, but even if they DI out, if they DI away, then they're going to hit the ground, and then that forces them in a tech situation. And Roy can get some pretty nice stuff out of the techs. Not great stuff, but even if it's just momentum, I feel like the momentum is more important in the long run than dealing just the one hit up tilt and then losing momentum afterwards. F throw to double edge dance usually works. Not always, but usually. But yeah, the tech chase, the momentum afterwards, the control afterwards is really important. In this situation, especially, he lands on the platform, so you don't get like. He still doesn't have great momentum afterwards. It's still in a good spot for you, but overall, I like forward throw more. Okay, good weaves with the double jump. Nice string off the forward air. Ow. I'm surprised he didn't up smash you. Honestly. And he got scared for some reason. He probably could have finished you off there. But he's being reserved. Okay, good. No panic air dodge. Delicious. That's good. Good spacing. I think this spacing is really important because it's deceptive on whether or not they'll be able to slip behind Roy. Oh, but right, he doesn't die. I wonder if the platform saved him. Probably really close to saving him. Okay, but you get another one, so that's okay. The timeline has been saved. Yeah, this is one of the few ways that you can set up Roy F Smash and neutral in Smash4, is the run pivot F Smash, which is really good. Okay. Yeah, reset. So he kind of picks Delilah, which it's an interesting choice. I can't decide if I dislike Lilat with Roy or not. It's weird. There's one thing against Lilat that I don't like. The one in particular that I don't like is if you're on the ledge. Well, here, let me get to the point where I can actually go through. If you're, why do you suck, camera? If you're on the ledge and you drop down to double jump up above it, sometimes you'll get caught on the lip and just die, which sucks. But aside from that, it seems all right. Hey, what's up, Rudy.jpg? Up tilt strings, sad times. Living just barely. Okay, yeah, I like the rollback or the dash back F tilt. Personally, like Lilat. This is a good read, but I'm not sure why you did a F grab. Nerves, maybe. It's a good reaction. Good down tilt, yeah. I think especially whenever you've got opponents cornered like this, because down tilt is so good on block. It's like -6 on block, which is absurdly safe in Smash, even in Smash 4's engine. So if you can force them in a position like this, where you force them to take the down tilt, it's really, really good. I like Duck Hunt personally, and at least in most matchups. I haven't found one that I really dislike it. But I don't know, Rise stage selection is weird. Oh, the Boom Key match was 3 days ago? Okay. Did you actually link me to that? I thought this was the only one that I saw. Kind of wild up B again. Nice. I wonder if that was supposed to be an F tilt? Which would make sense, but even if it was, we take that. Good strings. You're doing a really good job using side B down tilt and jab to stop him from running straight at you in this game. Let me add this to the queue. I don't know if I'll be able to get to this one soon, Vilkas, since I've got other people who wanted stuff analyzed, but I can get to it eventually. Internet's working again. Excellent. I was actually going to bug you about that because I wanted to do the put out the article today, but yeah, that's fine. I'll put out that. So doing a write up on all the Arcadians for the TLOC website. So that's cool. That means I can put that out tomorrow and link to those. Ooh. Interesting. Maybe safe on block? Not sure. Hard to say. Yeah, your internet's just not working for 2/3 of the day. That sucks. Not pleasant. Yeah, a little too crazy on the charge S matches. Not the worst damage. 24 off of Mario down throw is fairly good for us. I do think that is one nice thing about Lylat, is since there are so many platforms to go to, it is going to be pretty hard for opponents to stop us from ledge jumping from the ledge and then weaving around them. Pretty. Did he shield drop? Okay, he dropped shield and then dropped through the platform. Shield dropping is actually really hard in the Smash4, so. Oh yeah, it's a pretty bad weave on his part. He should have at least weaved away from you to try and make it harder for you to land the F smash. Maybe he's trying to get to the platform, which would make sense. But yeah, that was the easy kill. Okay. Good call out with that F smash. Okay, so that will hit the get out. That's good. Your shield drops are better in Smash4 than in Melee? Huh. Okay, interesting. I guess you're just more attuned to that timing. So this is really, really good spacing then. If like it is charged just a bit, and this is also charged just enough that it's going to kill him, which is kind of hilarious. Because he's at 43. Maybe he didn't DI this correctly. No, it got the kill spark. I guess that's just a really high charge. Damn, that's kind of terrifying actually. Huh. Regardless, really good spacing. Yeah, you did a good job stopping him from moving in. I think so. So there's the things I mentioned. As you were saying, this is an older video, so maybe you fixed these bad habits by now. But yeah, the panic air dodging got you killed a lot. The rolling away whenever you're in a bad position got you killed a lot. You ledge jumping from the ledge 100% of the time got you killed some of the time. Didn't get you killed a ton, but more than you might necessarily want. So yeah, we could work on those things. Could also work on your movement overall was pretty good. The full hop movement was good. Using aerials on the way down, they were all used efficiently and well. Didn't use any foxtrot cancels, which I really, really like personally. And is a really good way to not be hard committing a neutral. Just be like run forward at your opponent and then be able to dash back, and then decide whether or not you want to run in deeper or just kind of do a little bit like mini dash chance in place to try and set up your aerial. Is really, really good with Roy, especially because Roy's dash speed is just so good. His run speed is so good. He's a fast character on the ground as well as in the air. So that's something you could work in the game some more. Which maybe not necessarily amazing versus Mario in particular, since aerials aren't really going to stop him from rushing at you, but using that to set up side Bs if he does come at you, using that to set up your spacing for safe short hop aerials, whether that be neutral air or forward air, double jump or falling forward air, is a really good strategy. But yeah, I mean, that's how that good stuff is. You won, so that's very nice, of course. Lots of good things. Just not to say the overall play was bad, because I think it is pretty good. But for those things that you could work on. Yeah, the spacing on neutral B was really good. The options for falling aerials is really good. Setting up the falling aerials overall was very fast. The F smashes in this game were overall really good. There were a couple ones that were a little bit of a Hail Mary, but the ratio of hitting to missing was really good. So that's really good. And obviously hitting with Roy F smash is optimal. It's the best thing. But yeah, I think that wraps it up for my analysis. Yeah, if any of you guys want to grab one of the awesome shirts that I have set up for the Teespring, it's at you can check it out here. It's actually down below on my my Twitch as well. It's a really cool shirt. I wouldn't be plugging it as much if I didn't really, really love the shirt, because the shirt's just look at that. It's so cool. Yeah.